Hi, I'm Chana, and welcome to Unhinged as F, the podcast where we loosen the screws and let it all hang loose. Today on the show, I have Lo.
Hi, I'm Lo.
What's your pronouns? Don't be all shy, Lo.
She, her.
She, her. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, honestly, anything, but don't be calling me sir.
Anything but sir.
Mister. Like, what the fuck?
Mr. Lo? Tell us a little about yourself, Lo.
I'm 24. I just celebrated a birthday. I'm a Taurus.
Okay. We love a headstrong
I
shorty.
have always lived in Texas my whole life, and that's it.
You've lived here your whole life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I work in the service industry.
How long have you been in the service industry?
I'm fresh, so just about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked like fast food in high school and stuff like that, but like from the restaurant that we worked in together, like that fast pace and only 2 years.
I obviously was like brand new going into the service industry with you. I mean, you just carried it so well. I figured, you've been in there for a little longer.
Oh, thanks. I mean, you just kind of learn how to deal with assholes, and
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like you can kind of wean out those people you work with who like let shit get to them a lot. At the end of the day, we're there to perform a service. Can't carry shit that random people are trying to put on you.
It's a tough gig trying to like entertain people, talk to them, deal with whatever attitude they come with as soon as, they come to your place of work. I've been in customer service forever, like 10 years at least. So going to like a new industry was a little different, even though it's kind of the same thing because you still have to keep people happy.
I did a customer service for a long time. Like I worked retail.
Okay.
And I think hopping into the service industry, you're kind of dealing with the same people, except you're going to be getting some of their money. You know what I mean? Working for a corporation, you don't see none of that shit. But like,
that's true.
In the restaurant, when they tip or when they should tip you, it's just like either way you're paying me.
Yeah, I kind of want to dip into tipping because the last time I talked about tipping on YouTube, they came for me. We're like, fuck everyone in the service industry. You guys chose to have that job and do not want to tip at all. Like they won't tip regardless of what it is. Like I understand like takeouts. I'm not going to tip all the time. I mean, sometimes I will. Yeah. Sometimes I will for takeout. Unless it was like they were really nice. I'm like, you know what? Let's round up.
Yeah, like
let's add a little
here's
something.
A 5, here's a 10 or something like that.
What I was talking about was like going on a date night. If you're going on a date night and you're not tipping 20%, I'm judging you. And that's what I said. And they came for me. They ripped me a new one.
Yo, I think the people who have the most to say about not tipping have never worked in the service industry before.
That's true.
So they've never they work hourly. This is coming from men who, wake up in the morning, make their coffee, head to work, they come home, their shit's done, their wife does it for them. I mean, I know what you're talking about. I know what video you're talking about. Like, no, you can, if you're gonna go out to eat and tip, like I'm not your wife. I'm not cooking for you. Like I'm not doing that shit. I'm performing a service. I'm taking your order. I'm serving you drinks. I'm doing it with fucking smile on my face, regardless of the attitude you're giving me and regardless what I got going on. I'm doing something for you and I'm not your spouse. So when you're coming out to eat, like I'm not saying I expect you to tip me and give me your money. No, like principle, if you're gonna go out and eat, you're gonna tip. And if you can't tip respectfully, McDonald's is down the road.
Yeah, don't go out.
Don't go out. It's like money making is from tips, and you know that. So if
and
you cannot do that,
that was my whole thing. Like
they know
that.
And if you cannot do that, then don't go out.
Yeah.
I think that for me is like, especially when I perform good services to these people, like I'm kind, I get you everything you want. I go to your table and you say you don't need nothing, and I swing by the next 2 seconds and you need 3 different things. Like I get it in a timely manner. I do my job well. I never give anyone a reason to not tip me,
like to stiff you. Yeah.
Now, I'm not speaking for the whole service industry. I'm one of the few who go in and
really like your job.
Yeah,
and go in with a positive attitude.
Exactly. Like, look, if you're not trying to do that job and you're upset, cool, find another job. Just like if you don't want to tip, you can find another restaurant. Yeah. It goes both ways. Like, yeah, people say like you choose that job, you choose to go out.
Period.
And you know that's the thing, is tipping's not new.
Yeah.
Tipping is not new.
Well, the thing is about tipping too is that like I feel like where it's put a bad taste in everyone's mouth is they want everyone to tip everywhere. You're going and buying something at these businesses and they're like, oh, you want to tip? And it's like, no, I don't. Like that's a little weird. They're pushing the tips too. So I get where it comes from and like people have a bad taste. But if you're going out to eat, you need to tip.
And I don't work at a Chili's. I don't work at an Applebee's.
Yeah,
I
not
work
at
at
all.
a reservation-based restaurant.
Yes.
So you have to tip. That's the thing, is like I don't work at, like, no disrespect to those service workers, because hustle's a hustle. But
I mean, somebody got to do it.
Exactly. But
somebody got to do it.
You're going into a reservation-based restaurant and you're tipping 10%, or you're coming in slapping a 5 or a 10 on the table. That's disrespectful.
It is.
I find that as a slap in the face.
It gets you high.
It gets me high. Just like,
it's like, why would you do that?
You're wasting
at
my time.
A place that you know that you're gonna spend at least $80 a head.
Yeah.
You're going to spend at least $80 a head. I don't know, man. There was just one comment that really pissed me off that was like, there's no way I'm going out and tipping 90 something dollars on a $400 ticket. And I was like,
what you got spending $400 on food then?
Why? That's what I'm saying. Why would you go out? Why would you go and rack that bill up?
No.
And be pissed that you should pay 20%.
And that's the minimum.
Yeah.
15% is nothing.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, okay, you want me to pull up some numbers? Last night I had a table. Last night. It was 4 people. Their bill was like $4.25 or something like that. Like, they went out, they ordered drinks, they ordered all the food. $4.25. Let's say they're just giving me 20%. That's $85. 85 on top of $4.25, $5.10. Now, if you can go out and spend $425 on food, you can sure as hell cough up that extra $85 for a tip.
And that's, if you think about it, it's just $20 a person.
Exactly. They split the bill already. Why are you going to tip $10 on each bill? What is that? $40? You left a 10% tip.
And they were probably there for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah. And they took one of my good tables in the section. Everyone wants that table. It was a waste of my time.
Yeah. That shit would have made me mad.
And I'm like, yo, like, at a point, it does come to a point where we do auto-grat them.
I mean, yeah, after a certain
point, like, but you can't do that on everyone. I wish it were a regular thing where if you're going into a fine dining establishment, you get auto-gratted 20%. And that's included in the bill.
What is it in Japan? Everything's included. So, like, you don't even have to tip. You know, they pay their people the right amount. And I guess this goes back to talking about these people know that it's a tip-based position. We know that when we're paying them most of the time directly. You know, tipping them for their service, depending on how their company is or whatever. But whenever you knowingly don't tip, like, who are you really hurting?
I think it's the way I grew up. Like, when I would go out to with my grandparents, he would automatically hand the cash to the server. Yeah. And I grew up being taught that if you go out to eat, you tip.
I mean, I even tip if the service is not that great.
No, because at the end of the day, that's how you make your money.
Yeah.
Being service industry, I will never stiff anyone, regardless if I get shit
service. I mean, honestly, yeah, if I had, and this was before I even worked in the service industry, if the service was shitty, I was still going to leave a tip. It may not have been the best tip, but it was still something, because I know that more than likely the service was not shitty because of my server. Shitty because of all the other variables.
The kitchen, the bar, the whatever, the factors that go into it. And people don't realize that. I honestly think we underestimate the people in this world. They do not have as much common sense as the next person. Like, respectfully, they're dumb. I deal with a lot of people who they're dumb.
Yeah, they don't have that common sense.
Sometimes people don't have that person in their life to be like, you should tip 20%. And then when they see it on the internet, they get a little hot because they're the people who don't tip 20%.
Well, they were just like, that's greed. And I'm just like, how? And then another argument was, well, your employer should be paying you more. And it's like, yeah, I agree, but you know what? I'm not going to be an asshole to them because their pay is based off of tips and I'm still choosing to go to that company.
Well, yeah, I mean, you chose a job that's hourly and I chose a job where I hustle and I work hard and bust my ass for my money. Like, I'm not judging you how you get paid, baby. Like, this is how this job gets paid.
Yeah, and there's plenty of places that are in the service industry that make more than those people, you know, and it's because of the personalities. It's because of the charisma, you know, them hustling, them working, making connections with people in general, and these people end up regulars and they make fucking money off them.
Yeah. In Austin too, with the way it's booming, especially on the east side, it's so easy to do that. Sometimes those people are right. Maybe the wrong person's in the service industry and they don't deserve to be tipped or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, that's
just one person.
Exactly.
It's just one.
And at the end of the day, that job is that job. And people know. And if you don't know, hello, this is low. And I'm telling you, you go out to eat and it says tip at the bottom. If your server is serving you water, bringing your plates, if they drop their food and they tell you what's on it and they're not like, this is a, teriyaki chicken. And no, if that happens, fucking tip your waiter, You go out to a bar, you tip. I hate, like, you go out to a bar, you have a couple beers. I tip minimum like $2-3 per drink.
Yeah, me too.
Minimum. Especially like if it's somewhere I've never been to. And I don't even drink, but I'll buy a drink to tip my bartender.
I feel like you hear less stories about bartenders getting stiffed and way more about servers. And the bartenders are there for just like a few seconds, maybe a couple minutes, but these servers they're with you at least 2 hours. It's so weird because bartenders obviously make way more money.
I had a friend who like got out of the restaurants and just hopped on bartending. Her and her man have a house. They moved out of Austin. Mm-hmm. It'd be cool to be treated with the same respect
as a bartender
because
it's the same thing. It's the same.
You're crafting
type of
cocktails
service.
And I'm literally taking care of everything from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. From when they sit down to when I cash them out, they see me or they see your server. And it's like...
And you just get treated disrespectfully.
I've noticed this too when I'm at work and like, I'm not a girly girl. Mm-hmm. I will go in a t-shirt and shorts. But I notice when I like put my hair back, trenzas or like
when you girl it up.
Yep. I don't know. I just get treated way differently opposed to like my appearance. You know what I mean? Men will treat me differently. Women too. White women treat me way differently from when my hair is pulled back to when my hair is down and curly. And I never noticed it until recently I got this table. And she was like, oh my God, your hair's so slicked back. And I was like, damn, like I haven't done this hairstyle in a long time. Mm-hmm. No one ever compliments my hair, like customer wise. Mm-hmm. And then this gentleman's like, oh, I like your pigtails. And I'm like, yo, you fucking creep. Like, I'm like, people treat you differently based on your appearance as well.
That's
and
a
I
fact.
think that also factors into it. I'm a thick girl. I'm not skinny. I'm not going to have my chi-chis out. And
shit, I will.
I just like, I don't know. That factors into it too. So sometimes when I see that my coworker who is in a short mini skirt and does all this stuff but doesn't perform as well as I do, like rake in more money, it's evident.
Well, yeah, because that's just in general though. Like it's called pretty people privilege. It's a whole deal. If you're pretty, you're getting treated better. It's just how it fucking is, sadly.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, but those dads like some thick women. So
who?
Those dads.
Oh yeah, I know that's right. I got me one at the crib.
Yo, I'm about to scoop one up at work, quit my job.
Hey, that's how you know they got money though, because that's a good place.
It is.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of, I don't know, like, I just feel like I've been pressed about that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how do I put this? Skinny women are beautiful, but there's categories of women who get overlooked, and I feel like, I don't know, no one really talks about it. Us fat bitches need love, and I feel like there's this little shift in, like, the fashion community and, like, the Instagram world right now where it's like all skinny, like back to the 2000s. Like,
you feel like that for real?
Hell yeah, all my feed is
maybe
like
you need to change the people you follow.
Yo, I literally just unfollowed a fuck ton of people.
Yeah, if you're seeing that, it's because that's what your algorithm's thinking.
I think that's why I like hanging out with you so much, because like when I'm around you, I don't think about what I look like. Like I don't think about like, oh, I got fat thighs or like I got fat arms or nothing. Like I
don't
just
give a fuck.
feel like myself.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't know.
It's because you need to surround yourself with people that are like you too. Like the girls that I follow on Instagram, they're built like me. You know, they look like me. They dress like me. They're colorful, gothic, punk. They're thick. I don't really see a bunch of like thinner women or whatever, unless it's people that I like the way that they dress.
I think that's my problem. I love the way they dress.
But there's people that are our size too that do it better. I say do it better because I love a thick woman in a lot of colors. Honestly, I just love that. I feel like they take up so much space and it's just like, I just love it.
Maybe I got to get that out of my head. That was drilled in my head since I was younger. Like the word fat is bad and it's not.
We say fat because it's fat. And
yeah,
fat is fat. It's not a bad word. I mean, I'm glad that you feel that way around me, though.
No,
it makes me happy.
Dude, I hate hanging around people where I feel like I'm...
Like you're being judged secretly.
And
I don't do that shit.
I hate
and
that
if I don't
shit.
like something, I'll be like, hey, that's not really complimenting you. Like, let's do something else. You know, like, let's just address it.
Respectfully, skinny friends don't know how to say that shit.
Well, also, you think about how fucked up we are mentally. If someone skinny came and told us, would we even take it the right way?
No.
Like,
because I'm like, bitch.
But that's what I'm saying is that, like, it's not always their fault that we take it some type of way because they may be literally just trying to be like, that doesn't look good. But it would be different if your fat friend be like, oh, that doesn't look good, the same exact way. But it's just because she's skinny, she doesn't get it.
Because I'm like, what don't look good?
Yeah, but it's because we're so fucking traumatized.
Yeah.
That if anyone that doesn't look like us or something tells us, and they'd be like, okay, you hate me because I'm fat.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, because I have a younger sister. I recently found out she was getting bullied at school, and I was like, yo, like, what's up?
No.
I was like, because she's a thick girl, and her mom, like, we have different moms, so her mom's tall. She's almost taller than me. And growing up, you don't really have those thick role models, and
we didn't
love to have like that for the younger generation. Like, I don't know. It took a long time for me to feel good in my skin, and I don't want anyone like younger than me to have to deal with
the insecurity of just existing,
and then having to go through the whole validation of, like, everyone finds themselves, but like it's extra when you have to just feel good in your body. It's just an extra thing you have to deal with.
Saying it's extra, it should be a priority.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it should be a priority to make ourselves be able to find joy in, like, existing in our body. Loving our body through all the changes and cycles that we go through that life throws at us. Because some people are not always fat. Some people get fat with age. Some people are chubby, you know, get bigger and bigger, and it's just how it is. But loving your body through it all, that's not what we grew up with, for sure. We grew up with people being like, a size 8 is too big.
Yo, delusional.
Like, that is crazy. That's ridiculous. And that standard really is still in people's heads. And we just, like you said, we have to.
I think that's the thing, is I like to make people uncomfortable. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, when I notice someone like look at me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make you feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I notice that my size bothers you, and I'm just gonna do a little bit extra.
I'm gonna taunt you now.
Yeah. Especially, like, I love going to Barton Springs. He was talking about it earlier, and I was like, damn, I haven't gone in a minute.
I was just thinking, how about I want to go and just put on this little fucking string bikini.
Because the last time I went, I felt so insecure because this chick kept looking at me. This is like 3-4 years ago, like before COVID. I didn't swim. Like, I just got out of the water and I stopped swimming. And I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. And it's like, I guess to those types of people who make you feel some type of way, or like give you a side eye, or like give you a look, it's just like, oh no, I like making you feel uncomfortable. I want to work on myself, but I kind of don't want to not be fat anymore, just because like I can be that and that and that and still be this size, you know?
Yeah. I feel like the hardest thing about being fat for me is like finding cute clothes.
Yup.
That's the hardest thing for me.
They don't make them like for a thick woman. They don't make them for.
I mean, some brands are doing a little bit better, but.
I mean, how old are you?
How old am I? 26.
26. I'm 24. It's taken how many years to find decent clothing?
I mean, I still I went shopping yesterday and was still having trouble. Like, don't get me wrong, like Target's been doing really good about having plus sizes.
Oh, I fuck with Target.
That's where I got this shirt.
That's cute too.
Yeah, Target's been doing really good with it. Sometimes, you know, you just got to get there before the other fat bitches get there and get all the shit, you know? It's a fucking race. But
literally.
I feel like they've been doing a little bit better. It's just not where it should be, because it's not like this is the first time we've had fat people in the fucking world.
Also, they like, their plus size women aren't plus size women. Like, get some plus size
They're like
women.
mid-size.
Yeah. Like,
or they're plus, but it's like hourglass shape. And it's like,
Get,
let's
like,
be
yo.
fucking for real. I don't look like a fucking hourglass. I'm built like an apple.
I got a panza. Or a pear, like whatever shape. They're just not made for an actual thick woman's body. Like, I've noticed.
Or they're like the handmade tails dress.
Yes. Like, no, I saw these pants and I put them on because it looked like they were going to fit my legs. And they fit everything. But when I tell you, my thighs were like suffocating. I couldn't pick up the pants or nothing. You forget that thick women have thighs.
Yeah.
Or even like love handles. And
See, my thing with pants is like, I can get them to fit my legs, but as soon as it comes to the waist, it's either too big or too small.
I think let's just start a clothing brand, bro.
I've been wanting to. That's been one of my things that I want to do.
Really? I know how to sew. I know how to.
We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that one.
Got that part.
Well, though, it's been nice having you on today. I love you so much.
I love you. I'm still nervous.
I was gonna say that was a very nervous you, but thank you so much for coming on. You want to go ahead and plug in all your ats and everything?
Oh shit, yes.
Anything to come on here and promote?
All of my ats are gonna be the same. I go by Lo, but my actual name's Lauren. So my at name's gonna be at ITSNOTLAURYN. It's not Lauren. That'll be my Twitter, my Instagram. I am in the works of making music, so catch me in like
Oh, you for real about the SoundCloud?
No, I'm being so serious. No, don't catch me on SoundCloud. I'm not trying to be on
why
SoundCloud.
not? What's wrong with SoundCloud?
Literally nothing. I got all my music. SoundCloud's where I found like Umi, Lil Peep.
Yeah.
All the artists who are the reason why I like make music. So yeah, check me out.
For sure. Thank you so much for coming on, Lo. I'm Chana, and this has been Unhinged as F. If you stayed this long, make sure to give us a thumbs up, comment. If you want Lo back, tell her to bring her ass back. Make sure you're liking, downloading, and subscribing. Bye.
Bitch, I can breathe now.